that took us through a new one. Day I met a little girl and stopped to talk. Find someday I what's a fella do? Cause her hair's black and her eyes are blue. Right in a chicken world. I saw you from the long. Down the day I she asked me up to her flat downtown and I find something I what's a fella do? 'Cause her hair was black and her Hello, Angel.
Hi.
I'm so excited. This is gonna be so fun. Just let me know if you can hear me. Just put yes in the chat for me. I know this is loud. A mild it is anyway. Fun, and just let me know where you're tuning in from. And if you haven't already, make sure you've got your pens and papers because you're going to do a lot of learning tonight. Oh, it's so good to see some of your faces as well. Hello, angels. Buzzing. Okay. Hello. Who's in the energy for becoming a lucky lady? Hell to the yes, thank you. I'm so excited. It's going to be so fun, so informative. Even this stuff still blows me away. Like, adore it. And we're going to have a party, we're going to have a ton of fun along the way because that's what we do. Happy Paddy's weekend. Well, weekend to everybody as well. Did everybody celebrate or is yet to celebrate with today? And we are going to get jumping straight into it in just a minute. Woo! Okay, hello, angels. Welcome to Lucky Lady, who is feeling lucky. And if you're not, you're in the right place because we're going to go into some incredible things that you can literally take away from this session, that you can implement right away in your life to become a lucky lady. Like, I attract and manifest things all the time. I know I've got quite a lot of my clients and things here as well, so and people that know me in general that knows that I manifest all the time. I manifest wild things. Like, it doesn't make logical sense, but it's something that's a gift and it just keeps on giving. Yet there is a science, there is a step by step, there is a structure, there is a behind the scenes behind my luckiness, let's say, and my manifestation. So I'm going to give you those tools that you can take away from this session. Now, we're going to be going for an hour. If I have time with what I'm going to teach and what I'm going to share, I will open it up for Q&A. But I want to respect everybody's time as well and make it as valuable as possible. So without further ado, are we all ready to jump in and get started? Put yes in the chat box so I know. Let's get excited. Awesome. Amazing. I'm so buzzing. It's going to be so good. This, like I said, this work literally still blows me away. And I'm like, fun. Yes. Awesome. So let me, just for now, I'm going to change my screen. Look how digital I am, putting this in my background and things. I'm like, oh, look at me go. So let me just change that. I'm going back to none and video. There we go. We're switched. Honestly, I surprise myself every day. Fun. So here we are. full screen. Can everybody see this? Just let me know in the chat. Also, throughout this, if anybody has any questions or anybody wants to share anything, put Q in the chat box or put S for share in the chat box, and I will come back to them after. All right, my loves. So you are here. Welcome to Lucky Lady, where you manifest and make your own look. Who actually believes that? Like, if you have a mindset, if you have an energy, if you have an embodiment that you make your own look, like, and that you are magnetic, that you are the person that creates and calls it all in, then of course, like, what is going on the inside is what comes on the outside, right? I fully believe that. What is the difference between all of us and somebody that has such lack in their life in every area and somebody that has everything that they could think of? Like, there's no difference on the external. Yes, it matters potentially where we've come from and who we've come from and our external. Yet, why do some people go from nothing to everything? Why do some people stay in nothing? Why do some people go from everything to nothing? Right? It depends on the person themselves, right? And their mindset and their energy and their frequency. So I'm going to go through that with you today. Now, with this event, I want to say, if you do want to tag, if you want to do anything on socials, remember I am doing some giveaways and some prizes. They are going to be announced after this event in the next few days, because there's still people that are just tagging away and go wild with it. So I'll be doing that in the group itself. So if you do want to take pictures, if you want to tag me, you tag me on Sarah Joanne Pickering, either on Instagram or Facebook, whatever feels good for you, then you can do that.
It's not a big deal. You don't have to see me. I want to see that.
I'm just going to mute anybody that's not on. There we go. We're all good. So just stay on mute whilst we do the thing, but all good. So tag me on any of the socials, and obviously you've got more chances of going in for the prizes and the giveaways, which I will share after as well in the next few days, all the fun things that are coming. With the regards to this event, as I said, you manifest and make your own look. So it is all about you. So what I want you to do whilst we're going through this event, and why I'm going through the knowledge and skills and tools that I'm going to give you, I want you to make it about you and start to think, where am I projecting this? Where am I like doing this in my life? And where am I coming from lack and where am I coming from abundance? Okay. So make it about you. I know most people will say, like, don't make it about you with certain things, but this, I want you to make it wholly about you. Don't necessarily think about everybody else that's here on the call, or friends or family. Like, make this time about you, so then we can actually project you forward. We want you to quantum leap. We want you to manifest. We want you to become the lucky lady, right? So we want you to become the embodiment of that. So if you can convince your mind to think in the ways that I'm going to show you in this training, you can literally achieve anything, right? I have a step-by-step manifested method that when I implement, it goes off the charts. And I'll do it. Sometimes I'll like dip in and out, because like it is a method where you don't have to do it all the time. But when I do it all and I do it consistently, like, I manifest the most crazy, amazing things, like in seconds, in minutes. Like, even yesterday, I don't know if anybody watches my stories, but I wasn't actually meant to be going out. I wasn't meant to be going and celebrating St. Paddy's Day. I literally rang one of my friends and was like, I really feel like I'm meant to go celebrate St. Paddy's Day. And she was like, oh, I'm not, like, I'm busy, da 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 da. Whilst I was on that call, I got off the call, and I've got other friends that message and show me pictures of an Irish bar that they hadn't planned on going to. And I was like, I'm on my way. Let's go. Literally, it happens all the time. And I wasn't planning on it. It just happens. I make a decision and I manifest things in moments. Some things take a little bit longer because we've got some stickiness, we've got some energy behind it, we've got some beliefs, right? But so much comes to me in seconds and minutes, just from that energy, that decision, that unspoken thing that we've all come from, like the universe. We've all come from energy. We've all come from source. We've all come from spirit, soul, whatever you want to call it. So if you can get in the energy of you're already looking, no matter where you are or who you are, that is going to like expand your luckiness straight away. Okay, but I'm going to give you some practical strategy and tools as well. Okay, so if you can convince your mind to think in the ways that I'm going to show you in this training, you can achieve anything. Who's up for that? Give me a yes in the chat box if you're like, yes, let's play. Yep, yes. Fun, excited. Okay, let's get into it. So I'm going to go into 6 pillars in a moment. But before I do, I want to share with you that you are always speaking to yourself. You all have an inner conversations and dialogue. And you're not, you think you're engaging with your reality, right? Who here, you know, like you think you're engaging with your reality and what's actually happening, and you're responding to what's happening. That's not actually true. What you are engaging with, though, is your thoughts, your judgments, your fears, and your desires. So you're always attracting based on these things. Does that make sense for everybody? There's actually no like factual evidence for external things that are true. It's what we make true. Does that make sense for everybody? Like, you know, sometimes we'll categorize things or be like, people are just this way, and it's not necessarily the truth, because you'll find somebody that doesn't fit that like box that we've given it. Does that make sense? So you are not engaging with reality and what's happening externally. You are just manifesting and seeing through your lens based on your thoughts, your judgments, your fears, and your desires. So when we change that, we start seeing things differently. We start seeing through a different lens. We start attracting differently. New beliefs become true. So if I can give you anything like straight away, you've got to start seeing that nothing is happening to you or nothing is happening external that isn't already within your thoughts, your judgments, your fears, and your desires. It's all based on us. Does that make sense for everybody? We're like, yeah, we're following along. Makes sense. Yeah. So whatever you believe about time, whatever you believe about money, whatever you believe about other people, whatever you believe about men, women, children, whatever, like is coming up into the external reality. Okay. Thoughts, judgments, fears, desires. Okay. Now with that, this creates stories. So it creates stories about yourself. It creates stories about others. It creates stories about circumstances, and it creates what's possible for you. All of these create stories for all of those. And we are in a perpetual cycle of our own stories. That is what's playing out. So if I can give you anything for you to become a fully embodied, like lucky lady in your life, if you want something different to what you're experiencing now, you are going to have to interrupt the pattern, because you're in a perpetual cycle and a loop of self, others, circumstances, what's possible for you in your stories. Yeah. Okay. So if you want to become a lucky lady, who's ready to interject and prod away, like pop the balloon of the cycle, right? That's what we want to do. So I'm going to be showing this with you. So like I said, if you want to see a massive shift in your reality, you must first create a massive shift in how you think, because everything that's happening is this. This is a supercomputer, and it has stored everything that's happening in your timeline. Now, I know we love to blame and shame childhood, all those wounds, all those past traumas. I've got bags full as well, right? We've most of us that are in personal development and want to grow and want to love ourselves more and want to have a better life generally has been through a fair share of trauma, or just really wants to manifest a better life for themselves, right? But our trauma doesn't define us, and it doesn't need to keep going. It doesn't need to keep looping. We need to be the change. Otherwise, we're just going to keep passing that energy on, and it's just like regurgitated crap that we don't want. Like, imagine if I just lived in my traumas. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing this training. I wouldn't manifest all the time, because my energy and my focus would be based on being a victim, right? And I'm here to say nobody is a victim. Yes, we might have had things happen in our timeline that's not great, that we don't want to shout from the rooftops about, that or we do, we want to scream and we want to get mad and we want to get angry, but that is all right. Yet it's not going to change it because it's already happened. So what we can control is now and moving forward. And I know full well what life I want to live, and it's not those things that have happened in the past.
That's me living in the dead. I don't want to live in the dead. I want to live in. I want to celebrate being alive. I want to celebrate becoming like so lucky and continually like growing that luckiness. So if you feel like you have been a victim or you have been in trauma or you have had challenging times like through your life, I want to say that yes, 100% heal, self-love, growth for sure. I come from that big heart space of feeling is healing and learn how to move through that. Yeah, I also believe in don't live in it. It's not going to serve you or anybody or anything, right? So we all good with moving into empowerment? Are we all good with moving into being like, that's my old story, that's my old self, I'm going to let that go, right? Or I'm going to at least start moving towards letting it go and becoming the version that I actually want to be. You're already good enough. You're already worthy. You're already loved unconditionally. It's just whether you believe you are or not. Makes sense? So we're going to jump into the pillars. Yes, so need this, love that. Amen. Love this. Get involved. So who's ready to hear about the 6 pillars to abundance for your dreams, goals, and success as a lucky lady? Let's jump into it right here. I love that. Okay, so number 1, awareness, right? Reality is fluid. It is not set in stone. Your circumstances can change, you can change, others can change, and you can create a new decision that will change your whole life in a moment, right? Does everybody believe that? Does everybody believe that circumstances can change? Yes. That you can change? Yes. That others can change? Yes. And that you can create a new decision that will change your whole life in a moment? Yes. How many times have I done that in my life when I've booked a flight and not had plans, do you know, and I've just gone somewhere and I've moved to a different country and my whole life's changed, right? In a decision, when I was literally speaking about this yesterday, how I had a job in the art gallery on a cruise ship. And I was only on that cruise ship for 2 weeks. I absolutely hated it. I got a seasick. Like it was awful. I hated it. I thought it was going to be one of the best things I've ever done. And I did it and I hated it. And my intuition and my gut was like, just get off that ship. And I did. My family were fuming with me because they were like, she's got a really good job. We all love cruising. We're going to go on the holidays. We're going to go see her. Like, it's going to be great. Like, she's going to travel the world and make really good money. Like, this is something to be proud of. 2 weeks later, I'm off and everybody's like, what an anticlimax, right? However, what played out after that was I was like, well, what am I going to do with my life again? I'd planned to go travel the world, to be on the ships. What planned out after that was an intuition and a decision that I wanted to go to Bali. I didn't know what I was going to do or how I was going to do it. I wanted to go to Bali. So I started Googling jobs in Bali. How many people can say from a belief system that they could probably get a job in Bali? I got a job in Bali selling travel. They paid for my flights over there. They paid for my first month of accommodation. I did not know if it was going to be a scam or not, but I thought, well, to hell with it. I'm going to have a holiday, worst case scenario, right? I'll figure it out. I got there. It wasn't a scam. It actually was a legit company that actually did pay for all that. And I did make money. And it was still a job that I made money from even after I'd left. Like, I manifested money after I left. Like, it was actually a company that just did that, you know. But again, my intuition with that, I only did it for 3 months. My intuition was like, time to quit. We're done. We fully know we want to go into coaching. So I quit. And then 2 weeks later, or like, I don't know, it was like 1 to 3 weeks later, it was a really short period of time, COVID hit. Yeah. And where was I? Again, I was in Bali. I would have lost that job on the cruise ship, right? Wouldn't have been able to do it anymore. So my intuition was guiding me. Then guess what? Everybody said, you need to leave Bali. It's going to get really, really bad. I trusted my intuition, right? Again, it's all this awareness of me being like, let me trust myself. Let me have the awareness. Let me feel into what's the best decision for me, right? And you can create a new decision that will change your whole life in a moment. I was like, I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay. I know it could get back, but I'm going to stay. Something's telling me I'm going to stay. And I did. I stayed there for nearly 2 years whilst everybody else was in lockdown. I was by the beach and I was having, you know, ocean club days and all the fun, you know. And I don't say that to like brag or whatever, because I know people had tough times through that, but I say it because look at all those decisions that lined up for me. And from there, I was like, I'm ready to be a coach. I want to go all in. I'm going to figure out a way. And I did. And then I set up my coaching company and business. And I set up like how I was going to do it and what I wanted to do. Within 3 weeks, I then went and did a launch and I made 6K in 6 days, right? Straight away, because I'd made certain decisions, right? I learned, I had failures along the way. I made mistakes. I wasn't sure. I had doubts for sure, because I was still very early in my own personal growth, my own personal journey. I didn't have the tools that I have now, right? But look at all those. So why I want to say this to you, I want to share that story because you could make a new decision today if you really wanted to. It doesn't have to be a special date. It doesn't have to be huge, like moving to a different country. It doesn't have to be massive. It could be one small thing. It could be a decision to just go to a place that then you end up meeting a person, you know? Like me actually going into that art gallery job role, I trained on land and I met my now best friend that's also a coach as well. So she became a coach because I started coaching and she was also into manifesting and things like, so it all like you're led, like you're guided. But if you are so busy suppressing your emotions and listening to everything outside of you instead of your own intuition, you're not listening to that awareness that you've already got in your gut. And you're not used to using your self-trust, your self-confidence, you are not going to progress and quantum leap forward, right? You're not going to see the manifestations. You're not going to see the magic of life if you're suppressing all your gifts that you've already got, especially as a woman. We can give birth for a reason. Like we can give birth to creations, we can give birth to magic, we can like we have got gifts, right? We've got gifts. Who's like, yes, we've got gifts that we're probably not accessing, all of us, but we've got them, right? So who wants to access the gifts more? Okay, so with this, having the awareness that your reality is not fluid, and the fact that just because where you're at right now does not mean that you can't completely go and change it overnight. You can. You can go make a decision today, tomorrow, this week that can completely change your life. You can say, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not having this in my life anymore. I'm not having this person. I'm not having this job. I'm not having this constriction. I'm not having this lack. And so I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to take a massive action. I'm going to completely shift and I'm going to start making moves as if I'm already the successful, the lucky version of me. I'm going to put faith in my gut, my intuition. I'm going to put faith in myself. Does that make sense? Yeah, cool. So there we go. Who loves pillar one already? We're like, yes, come on. There's just one. We've got 6, babe. So there we go. Number 2, pillar 2 is ascend. They all begin with A, by the way, because anybody that knows me knows that I love like alliteration or whatever the word is, you know. So we've got ascend. So seeing solutions, not problems. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. And the fastest way, from what I've found and from my experience of coaching clients and getting hundreds of testimonials and hundreds of results and results within myself, is that the fastest way is through the subconscious mind, consistently around 60 to 90 days. So 2 to 3 months, right? With this though, sometimes what I think the thing is where people can get a little bit lost is it's just affirmations, or it's just listening to something, or it's just visualizing. I actually believe that we all have individual ways that we manifest. And so it's finding the way that we manifest that works for us, and then mixing the subconscious mind with emotion and energy, right? Because if I just say, let's say, for example, I'm really pretty, I'm really successful, I am really fun, I am going to manifest everything. But I'm like, can you hear like I'm saying it with like no conviction, like I don't necessarily believe it, I'm not excited by it. So I'm like, and you've got to be authentic to you, obviously, in your energy. Yeah, I'm like, no, like, let's feel it. Let's get the emotion and the energy combined with the subconscious mind and the beliefs, right? So I have a step-by-step of how I help people reprogram their subconscious mind. So if you want help with that, then you can DM me and we can look at doing that for you. When you look at your energy control, wherever you put more energy and attention, it grows. Wherever you give less energy and attention, it dissolves, right? So if you've got something that you don't like in your life, a person, a situation, a problem, right? But you keep giving it energy and attention, you're manifesting more of that thing. And we think that we've got to, right? We've got to, because what happens if I don't give it energy and attention? What's going to happen? Like, we don't feel safe, we don't feel secure. But you being problem like focus, not solution focus. So when we ask better questions like, okay, well, what would the solution be? What would the version of me that's confident, what would she do? What would I do if I 100% knew that I could solve this? What would be my options? Do you know what I mean? So you start programming your mind and your brain for success and for solutions. Yeah. Any questions so far, or are we all good? Let's see. Oh, love this. Yes, love the energy. Are we following along? Are we still awake? Are we still alive? Everybody jump up and down. Let's go. Fun. So you know this. You know, focus on what you want and not what you don't want. You know that the subconscious mind controls 95%. Well, there's different percentages. People say anywhere between like 92 to 96%. I go around the 95%. I just think it's easier. And 95% is like, if you imagine if you're fighting against 95% with your 5% conscious mind, like, which is going to win? And I say to like my clients, your beliefs equal your thoughts, equal your emotions, equal your actions. So if you can't figure out why you're not taking action on something, or you can't figure out why something's not changing, like, it's because your belief system's still at this level. You can take action and go to here. But what happens is that your belief system's still down there, you're going to come back down because you're going to stay consistent with your beliefs, right? Because if you raise your beliefs, your action will go up. Beliefs, action, that's how you keep consecutively growing. That's how you train your subconscious mind. Does that make sense? Whereas if you do no belief work and you take action, you'll see that you go back down. This is why people, like, say, for example, that want to get healthy or want to get fit, they'll do all the action. They'll get the gym clothes, they'll get the trainers, they'll get the membership, they've taken the action, they've gone up here. Why is it? Within a few weeks, they're back down. Cool, because they've done nothing on the belief system. Makes sense? The same with anything. It's the same with like business growth, with career growth, with relationship growth, with anything growth, right? Anything that's abundance related. If you're just going to take action and not do anything around your belief system, if that's where your belief system's at, and that's where your energy is, and if you've got any stuck energy in your body as well, like, you go here, it's going to come back down, because you'll always, your subconscious mind will never make you a liar. You will always stay consistent with who you believe you are and what you believe is true for you, right? So we need to hack this. Yeah, making sense for everybody? I know some of it is, some of you already know this stuff, some of you are like well aware of this, so it's a good reminder. Some of you, it might be completely new, so you're getting on board and you're getting used to it. Let me know if you're like, yes, I know this, or if it's new, put new. If it's new for you, love to know. And we're going on to pillar 3. Are we ready? This is just squash, by the way. I like to drink out of wine glasses because I just like luxury in general. So pillar 3, awaken. Awaken the possibilities and the true you, okay? Circumstances do not matter because they're in the past. Okay, this is what I was saying before. Circumstances do not matter. Like, we want to awaken. When I say awaken, it's because most of us have forgotten on a daily basis where we come from. Like, the fact that I always say this, right? If you're one of my clients, I know you've heard me say this a gazillion times. We watch the sun and the moon. We've got nature. We've got trees. We've got animals. We come out of a woman's womb. We have body parts. We have organs. We breathe. Like, none of it is logical. None of it makes sense. It's all freaking wild. And we've all forgotten. And then we've got beliefs that we can't do things. Are we for real? Are we having a giraffe? Like, can we not? Like, it's ridiculous. It's actually the most ridiculous thing that we believe we can't do stuff when all this other stuff is going on. Like the sun is rising, the moon, like are we for real? Like absolutely not. We are joking, we are lying to ourselves, and we are full bore like jokers, right? Like how funny. I don't know if there's aliens or there's other people that are looking down on us thinking, what are these buffoons doing? What are they telling themselves? Can we not? Like we need to be in the energy of anything is possible, right? And I tend to say that your truth will always feel good. If it doesn't, it's not true, right? So if ever there's like a belief that comes up for you, just be like, does this feel good? And if it doesn't, then it's not necessarily true, because your heart and soul and your spirit, like it will feel good to you if it's true. Does that make sense? If you say like any negative limitations, they don't feel good, and it's because they're not true, because your truth, like where you come from, knows the truth. Okay, so again, fuel your future. So your past equals their future equals alive. Okay, you want to awaken to that the possibilities are they're everywhere. Are we aware, and are we like, am I waking you guys up? The possibilities are everywhere. Can we, this is the start of me starting like prodding and injecting and being like, guys, like, what do you want? What do you want? Okay. So from here, from this awakened place, I want you to take a couple of minutes now to be truly honest with yourself and just make a couple of notes about, if there was no limitations, if you relieved all of your limiting belief, if you relieved all of your crap, if you let go of any of the past. Imagine you just woke up today with none of your past stories, nothing, it's all gone. And you were starting again, it's a blank canvas, but you're starting from anything is possible. I can do whatever I want. I can go wherever I want. I can be whoever I want. What would you want for yourself? Okay. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes now to play with that. I want you to tune into your energy. Make this about you. If you need to take a couple of minutes to just breathe and come into the moment, then do that. I'm going to play a little song and start to tune into your heart space. What do you want? What would feel great for you? If you could awaken knowing it was all possible. Remember where you came from. Remember, you don't have to lift the sun up in the morning. It's already done for you. If you could let all the past go, if you could step into new beliefs today, is there any decisions that you'd make? Any big leaps that you'd make? Is there any big dreams that you bring into fruition?
Typical of me, I run before I walk. I'm on the moon without my suit, the world's worst astronaut. I'm just floating, zero gravity. It's our adventure, it's only just begun. And I come back sometimes to orbit around the sun. I am never scared, as long as you're with me. I love that. If someone else can, so can I. For sure, lucky ladies. For sure. We're stepping into fueling your future right now. Even if you've done this a million times before, I want you to get into that energy that you're awakening now, that you are like, you're changing. You're like, I'm making a shift. That's old me. I'm done. I'm stepping into new me. I'm stepping into new life, new opportunities.
Anything I don't like, I can change. I can make a decision today and I can make a change now. And I deserve to do that for myself. You deserve to do that for yourself.
You're so close to me, like Venus and Mercury, from the darkness to the deep.
And then we will be thanking our lucky stars. I want you to imagine that in the next 60 to 90 days that you change everything. That you really do step into the woman that you're proud of. You step into the life that you absolutely adore and you love. Because you started taking aligned action towards becoming her. You change your belief system, your thoughts, your mindset, what you believe about yourself, what you believe about the world. And you made it possible for you, right? So thank you, my loves. I'm excited. So just pop in the chat. What came through for you? What did you awaken? Share some things in the chat if you feel called to, if you'd love to. What is it awaken within you? Then imagine in the next 60 to 90 days that you literally do step into like this version of you if you reprogram your subconscious. But then imagine further than that. Imagine another 60 to 90 days. Imagine 6 months from now. Something 6 months ago happened that you won't even remember right now, and it will feel so long ago. Some things will feel really fast, but some things will feel so long ago that you're like, oh my God, that's like a lifetime ago. Yeah, because like you grow, things happen, things change, things shift. Do you think that if you consistently upgraded your subconscious mind for what you want and what you desire, and you embedded new, incredible, empowering beliefs, and you did it consistently for the next 6 months, do you think you'd have a different life? Do you think you'd see different? Do you think you'd manifest different? Do you think you'd attract different? Do you think your frequency would be different? Do you think if you had this like energy around you every day of being awake, you would start to really live and you'd start to focus on the future and being alive, right? Rather than playing with the past and being dead, right? What do you think? You think awakening would be really good for you? Yeah. Fun. Okay, so pillar number 4, attract. Let's have a look what people are saying as well. I have buckets of confidence. That's so cool. Lots of confidence and freedom in life. I love that. I want freedom. Ain't stopping me. Oh, so many spa treatments. Yeah. Oh my gosh, join the club. That is what my life is. So fun. Ain't stopping me now. Love that for you. Lots of self-love, confidence, and I can achieve anything, time, freedom. Love this. This is what we get to create. This is our life. We're the creators. So number 4, pillar 4 is the attract. You attract what's within you. So we all have a self-concept. The mind is a supercomputer and everything is energy. So I wanted to share some of these things with you here, like your brain is a supercomputer and your self-talk is the program it will run, right? And with that, just coming over to this side, the world's fastest supercomputer requires 24 million watts of power, but still needs to be about 100,000, bear in mind 100,000 times faster to match our 20-watt brain. How wild is that? Isn't that wild? And to think that you don't need to reprogram your subconscious mind, what even wilder, right? Even wilder for us to not think that this is a supercomputer and it moves at lightning speed, which means when we start to interject it with the positive reinforcement, with the news stories, with a better self-concept, with who we believe we are, it can go really fast as well, right? Do you think 60 to 90 days is worth putting in the time and energy and the shifts for you to have a completely different life? Just wondering, do you think it's worth it? 1 freaking million%. If you don't, like, why? Why, like, don't even be in my energy if you don't, my loves. I'm like, come on, for the rest of your life, like, yes. Because what happens as well is it's not necessarily just 60 to 90 days, but what builds is the momentum. And I'll show you in the next phase of the pillars anyway, but the momentum starts going. You start seeing that you are receiving, you start seeing that things are changing. Like you're not going to want to like get off the ride where things keep getting better and better every day and every way, right? Absolutely. Who knows Albert Einstein? Who's heard of this guy? This random guy? Anybody? No, not that popular, no. Fun. Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy. There we go. This is physics. That is Albert Einstein, probably one of the most intelligent, intellectual, incredible people that we've ever had, like, or known in our lifetime, right? When it comes to like literally this sort of stuff. And he's saying this. Yeah, are we listening? Like, are we actually taking this on board? He dedicated his whole life to this, right? And created it. So like, why are we not listening? Why are we just taking that for granted? Like, we've got to get on board with the fact that it is us. It's our self-concept. It's our energy. It is our subconscious mind. It's our supercomputer. When you get on board with this, I want you to really get on board with this and be like, I am committed to shifting my supercomputer for positive expectation, for change, right? Rather than just like going about my day to day as I always do. If nothing changes, nothing changes. So you've got to be committed and decide what you're letting go of. What is the heavy weights that you don't need in your life anymore, that you're like, what are the heavy beliefs that you've been completely like supercomputer like programming over and over and over and over again that you don't even want? There's no point in it. We can let it go, yeah? Should we start to let it go? Yeah. Fun. Okay. Pillar 5. This was the next thing that I was going to speak about. So you create an identity that gets results. When you create an identity that gets results, what you do is you start to achieve, right? And when you start to achieve, and so like achieve actually means successfully bring about or reach, let me just move this, a desired objective or result. So like you successfully bring about or reach a desired objective or result, right? So the more results that you get equals proof. It equals proof to your supercomputer, your energy, your nervous system. And the more proof you have, the stronger your belief system will be. That's all you've got at the moment. Your belief system, where it is at, has got some perceived proof that you've gathered over time. It's not necessarily true. But what happens is it's a bit like a table, right? The table is the belief, right? So where abundance is, that's the belief. Why you end up like making it true is that you've got proof. So that's the legs, right? But if you wipe those legs out, you wipe that proof out and wipe that belief out, like it dissipates. Does that make sense? So if you can start to see through a different lens and from a different perspective that whatever you're telling yourself is concrete, it's not. You can dissipate it. You can find cracks in it. You can wipe the legs out very easily if you see it from a different perspective, okay? And what you can start to do is you can start to get legs for the new beliefs that you want to embody instead. And you can find proof, even if it's not yours yet, you can find proof outside of yourself with other people or in other ways of the opposite to be true, so that you can build that proof. Does that make sense? But as you start getting more results, you'll get more proof. But again, if nothing changes, nothing changes. So you've got to start believing different, thinking different, emotionally reacting different, and then actions being different as well. Make sense? If you want a different way. If you're happy with your life, cool. We don't need to do these shifts, but everybody that's here wants to expand. I'm the same. I'm doing this work too, right? And I don't even necessarily want to call it work. I want to call it expansion. I'm doing this expansion too, because I want more. I love growing. I love seeing the shifts within me. I love healing. I love seeing like my life like manifest even more. I love the magic. And it is abundance for me. And the thing is, I always say this as well, I say it to my clients, like, create things in the world that even if you had everything, you would still create. Like, do things that even if you had everything, you would still do. I want you to get to that level of your life where you're doing things that even if you had everything, you would still do. Does that make sense? And you would have, even if you had everything, the people that you have in your life, you would still have in your life. Does that make sense for everybody? So I'm like, if you gave me everything I could possibly want overnight, guess what I would still do? I would still coach. I would still hold trainings like this. I'm manifesting as well. I'd love to be doing them to hundreds of women at some point, you know, maybe even thousands at some point. Like, how cool would that be? I'd love, right? So do you know what I mean? Like, you could give me everything and I'd still want to do this. So guess what? I'm in alignment. Yeah. But you got to start asking yourself, if I was given everything, would I still do this? If I was given everything, would I still have these people? If I was given everything, like, what would be different? What would I stop doing? What would I start doing? How would I spend my time, my energy, my money? Does that make sense? Right? And if you give certain things up, then they're not necessarily true for you and your energy if you was given everything. Yeah. There's some things that I do still, they can still be stepping stones. They can still be stepping stones whilst you're creating this proof, whilst you're shifting that mindset, whilst you're interjecting your old habits and patterns, and whilst you're stepping into really embodiment of actually doing and being exactly who you want to be and having that abundance. But imagine you've got that abundance already. Yeah. And start stepping into that version of you, because that version of you is going to get the achieve and is then going to get the results and is then going to get the proof. Make sense for everybody? Yes, we're all ready to achieve. We're all ready for abundance. Let's play. Let's go. And then we've got abundance. We are at pillar 6, right? We're at pillar 6 where you achieve the abundance. If you do these step by steps, you're going to land at abundance, okay? Where you'll feel fulfilled, you'll feel freedom, you'll feel consistent joy, you'll feel safe and secure, you'll feel loved and loving, you'll feel successful, you'll feel peaceful and calm, you'll feel excited and limitless. Just to name a few, right? Who would love to feel all of these things? Who would love to feel all of these things? Now, what I would love for all of you to do is, right now in your energy, in your life at present, is rate yourself from 0 to 10 in all of these, okay? 0 is pretty crap, right? 10 is phenomenal. So from 0 to 10, how fulfilled do you feel? And just be honest with yourself. Like, it's not about being honest with me or the group or anybody else for that matter. It's about being like, be really transparent with yourself. Like, don't underdo it while like being in victim, like it's really shit, but also don't overdo it and be like, yeah, I'm really happy in this, when really, like, truthfully, you're not, right? Like, so just be honest with yourself. Like, from 0 to 10, how fulfilled do you feel? From 0 to 10, how much freedom do you feel? From 0 to 10, how much consistent joy do you feel? From 0 to 10, how safe and secure do you feel? From 0 to 10, how loved and loving do you feel? From 0 to 10, how successful do you feel? And from 0 to 10, how peaceful and calm do you feel? But it could be grounded as well. There's different words as well, by the way, for different things, but these are my words. Obviously, I didn't create them myself. They were passed on to me from the dictionary. But in general, these are the ones that I come to. And then from 0 to 10, how excited and limitless do you feel? Okay. And if you want to share your numbers, you can. You don't have to. It's up to you. It's not necessary. The thing is, I want you to have the awareness, so then you can start to look at, okay, well, what would the 9 to 10 look like for me in these areas? Because so often, and my clients will know, like, I'll do the wheel of life with you guys, right? And we'll look at the different areas and be like, 0 to 10, where are we at? Yeah, I wanted to bring this into the equation, because we rarely look at from 0 to 10, like, our feelings and our emotions, because there is no like 0 to 10 externally. It's just what we make it mean, right? And there is no set in stone 0 to 10 again with any of these. It's just how we feel, how we perceive it. Somebody else would perceive your life and your circumstances like beyond a 10, and some would perceive it like beyond a 0. Do you know what I mean? Because of different values, different standards, different expectations, different expectations, all of those things, right? On different personalities. And we want all the different personalities, because if everybody was the same, we'd all be bored. We don't want to be bored. We want to be excited. We want to be thrilled through life. All good. Yes, so that's a really good point. Thank you, Julie. So you can actually like then look at, so yeah, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, bang on. So you can actually rate, you can add your numbers up and do it out of 80, which will show you more or less where you're at as well as a whole. Cool. So the thing is with this then is that you want to obviously be upgrading this, right? You want to be doing better in this. And the way that you do that is through what I've shared with the 1 to 5 before. And bear in mind, you will get the recording will be posted in the group with this as well. And with my clients, I'll share with you this whatever you call it, presentation. So you've got it as well anyway. So they're the 6 pillars. Did you love the 6 pillars? Are you fully aware of what they are? Can you see like this? It's not rocket science, right? I'm not telling you some things like will be completely new to you, and some things will be like, yeah, I've heard this or I know this. Okay, but you might know this, but are you really living it? Are you doing anything about it? Are you embodying it? Or are you staying in the past? Are you staying in your old habits? Are you staying in your old beliefs? Are you staying in your self-concept of this is just who I am and this is just how it is? Or are you in that awakened where you're like, I am aware and I'm moving into the awaken, and then I'm moving into the abundance, right? What phase are you in? Okay, so remember that anything that's already happened, like let the past go. We're letting the past go. What if we keep up leveling and stepping into the very best version of us? You're already the best version of you, but you're stepping into the best life version of you, right? And how good would that feel? Cool, 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 cool. So I want an invitation. Now, if you're already a client, you're already going to have access to all of this stuff anyway, so you're all good. If you're not already a client, then you can book in a complimentary call with me this week to look at forwarding with you attracting all of your abundance now. So if you want to do that, just send me a message, Sarah Joanne Pickering on Facebook saying complimentary, lucky lady, and I will give you the invitation for that. And I want you to start stepping into be the girl who decided to go for it and the lady that gets it, right? Be the girl who decided to absolutely go for it. Like, can we stop staying consistent with who we believe we've got to be because we've been her? Does that make sense? If you're not happy with that, like there's nothing wrong with saying that was old me and I don't want that anymore. Like I believe wholeheartedly, obviously in self-love, 100%. Yeah, if I still stayed in that old energy, like I wouldn't have the self-love that I have now. By just saying, you know, like I love myself now, I love my life now, and that's good enough. For me, like it was, I choose to love myself now and choose like and love the me that I'm becoming, and that matters more to me. Because if somebody else has got it or has done it, why not me? Why not me? Like, why not you? Why not? What, like, why would you stop yourself? Why would you block that energy off? Why would you say that you can't rather than say, how can I? Why would you be problem solution and not problem focused and not solution focused? Why? Why would you do that to yourself? That's not self-love, right? So let's play with this energy. Boom, I love this screenshot. Yeah, I love that. Awesome, awesome. Beautiful, thank you. All good. It is good to be reminded, even, you know, 100%. So be the girl that decides to go for it and the lady that gets it. You're the decider. You're not victim to anything or anyone anymore, okay? I have been learning some phenomenal things about, oh my God, like our generations and stuff, which I was sharing with my clients soon. I'm so excited. But ultimately, we are in an era where we've got the world at our feet. We've got no limitations. How good is it for us to be a lucky lady in this generation? Are we not absolutely blessed with all? Like, I know sometimes we'll shit on things, but how blessed are we in this area that we have choice, we have voices, we can do what we want. Like, there's generations where they weren't able to do that. We are blessed. We are blessed in general. Waking up and being alive, being healthy, like, and I know we say that, but like, you genuinely are. And then for anybody that isn't a client, you clients have got access to some of these already. Some of them are on their way. If you are interested in becoming a client, like, I've got all these different programs, all these different things, and more of this. So there's just like a sneak preview behind the scenes of all the different options that I've got. Or we've got a beautiful group of women that I'm blessed to have some of them here today that are just phenomenal. We really are like a soul family. Hey, like, it's so beautiful. Like, the group chat, everybody supports and champions each other and celebrates each other. And oh, I'm so blessed as well. I'm in love with the group. It's so cool. Yes, they're all mind-blowing, amazing. Yes, hello. Oh, it is pure love. Love this. Hell yes. So much love, ladies. So if you did want to, again, like I said, tag me on socials, then you can with regards to this event. You can take pictures or you can use the graphics that I've shared, because obviously I'll share with the group what the giveaways and the prizes are in the next week. And so much love. And I want you to take this away as well. I'm not a regular lady. I'm a lucky lady. Who here is like, yes, I'm a lucky lady. I'm stepping into being a lucky lady. Like, I'm letting anything else go now that is not my lucky self. Like, I get to choose. I'm going to start walking through life like I'm a lucky lady. I'm going to start making decisions like I'm a lucky lady. I'm going to start up leveling like I'm a lucky lady. I'm going to start reprogramming my subconscious mind like I'm a lucky lady. Who wants to do that? Who's ready for that? Is it worth doing 60 to 90 days of stepping into Lucky Lady? If it is, then obviously, if you want to look at the different options of working with me, we do reprogramming around the subconscious. Like, it takes all the guesswork out of it. I'll literally tell you what to do. And if you do genuinely, and this is for my clients as well, if you do what I tell you to do for 90 days, your life will look different. It has to. Just like the Einstein quote, it has to, because everything is energy. Right? Last time I did this, when I did like literally, and I did it step by step, and I was doing it consistent every day. I went on and had like a 50 grand launch. Like, I was making ridiculous amount of money from bed. Like, I literally was working 5 hours a week. I was working with my best friend. Like, it's so good. It's so good. And then I've dipped in and out because, you know, life, it is like that. I'm human too, do you know? And I get so excited about all the manifestations and all the things, and I start living, and it's like, okay, I prioritize that, right? But then when I come back to it, like, I've started doing my 90 days again. I've started reprogramming, doing my own system for the 90 days, and it's my personalized, like, manifested method. And I'm already like manifesting ridiculous things again. It's so good. Like, I manifest all the time anyway, but like, they're just bigger and more specific and even like juicier and greater, right? So if you're interested in that, message me to have a complimentary call and let's have a look at these things. But then I want to say thank you to everybody. Oh my God, bang on time. I'm at 1 hour. I am going to stay and do some Q&A if anybody wants to do any. Oh my God, how good is that? Well done, me. Whoop whoop. But thank you for being here. I'm so grateful for all of you with putting in your time and energy as well. And I hope this is giving you a boost from your gut and a boost of your energy, and as a reminder. And if it hasn't, you need to look at yourself in the mirror tonight and be like, what the hell am I doing? I'm giving up the past and I'm stepping into the future me. What's going to shift? What do I want? What do I want to reflect back? What am I not happy about? Okay, let me make decisions on that now, because I'm letting it go. I don't want it anymore. Done. Right? Absolutely not. I asked this question, but actually, oh my God, I know. I was like, yeah, bang on 1 hour or whatever, but I've got something valuable to do. So I'm just going to ask the question. If you had to put a monetary amount on 1 year of your life, what would you say it was worth? And I know that's a challenging question, because you're like, well, it's priceless. But if, say, for example, like, somebody was going to give you an amount of money to take a year out of your life now. So you were like, okay, I'm going to be an extra year older. And someone used to pay you that amount for you. Do you know what I mean? For you to not have that year anymore. Oh my God. It scares me to think of like the number for me, because I'm like, absolutely not. Like, no way. Like, you can't pay me for that. But if you had to give it a number, right? Write your number down. And then, I know it's challenging. It's challenging. Oh, it's amazing reading these messages. Yes, manifesting secrets after this call. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Yes, so that amount then is like the amount that your life is worth in a year, if not more, obviously, right? So what are you doing? Wasting even a day doing what you don't want to do, or being who you don't want to be, or spending time and energy on things you don't want, right? And I know it's challenging to get out of old patterns and old beliefs, because your ego wants to keep you there, right? But it's our job to challenge it. It's our job to say, if nothing changes, nothing changes. And if I stay consistent to my manifested method, I know my clients will know, if you're not yet a client, then you're going to want to get a client. You all get, even if it wasn't me, I always say this, even if it wasn't me, get yourself a coach and a mentor to get yourself out of your own way, and for you to be able to move through like your blind spots, for you to be able to work with somebody that can see and feel your energy and see where you're shitting on yourself and you're blocking yourself, right? To keep you accountable, but to a higher standard of your life, right? So get in that energy, get in the energy of having a one-to-one mentor, or being in a group where you are setting the standard for yourself, okay? But look at that amount, all of you, and start to think, like, what am I doing then? Imagine in a year from now, if I just let it go by and don't do anything. Imagine another 3 months of me staying in the same energy, the same belief system, the same crap. Why would you do that to yourself? Don't do that, right? Make the decision and start making the changes today, and then create a practice that you are going to stay consistent with, that works for you, that helps you manifest, that helps you stepping into being this lucky lady. Yeah, sound cool? Awesome, awesome. I'm going to stop sharing. We're going to come back. I can see all your beautiful faces and your energy. Now, have we got any questions? Just put Q in the chat box if you've got any questions. You're welcome, Angel. If you're all good, then you're all good. Don't be shy if you don't want to be shy. But if you're all good, then we'll finish up. Love that. Me too. Me too. I love the energy. I love the energy of you ladies. I know you're all amazing already. So if you're all good, I expect you to get cracking with your decision making immediately then. If you've got no questions, you're going to change your energy, your beliefs, and your subconscious now, not tomorrow, not next week, not on a Monday, when then it changes again, right? Love how excited and buzzy I feel after this. Amazing. I love it. Faith messaged me, and we'll do a call with regards to that. I'm going to manifest a new laptop where the camera, yeah, fun. All good. All right then, my angels. Thank you. I love you. Love yourself. Remember, you can change everything. Like, let's jump on a call. If you're one of my clients and you want to jump on a call, then you know where to go. If you've got them, let's go. Manifesting, yeah, for sure. Let's change your life. It's yours. It's yours. What's future you going to thank you for? Let's go. Let's play. Let's go massive. Let's become a lucky lady. Who is a lucky lady? Give me a yes. Yes, 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 yes. I'm already a lucky lady, and I'm getting luckier and luckier and luckier. Yeah? 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 Fun. All right then, my angels. I shall see you on the flip side. Have the best one, and I'll speak to you soon. Big love. Ciao for now.